Hi Libra, welcome to your message you need to hear, or the message they need you to hear for September 25th through, 26th through October 25th. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. Hold on a minute. As well as the link for the recommended reader shout out, which goes to 13 Signs Tarot. Love and support to her. Check her out. Show her some love and support if you like what she has to say. This is intended to be a romantic love reading, but it may resonate in other areas of your life. All right, Libra. What is the message you need to hear from them? All right. Six of Swords. All right, so possibly leaving something behind, something that's not, just trying to move past the drama of it all. Magician, Justice, Knight of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Three of Swords, Seven of Cups, Nine of Cups. All right. Where's the other there? Okay. So we got Gemini, Virgo, Libra, Taurus. All right. Okay, so what are they wanting to? Well, they're having some regrets, apparently. Are they wanting to say they're sorry? What's this Magician about? What's this Magician about here? Tower. Okay, so what's this Justice about here? Did they... Wow, gosh, across the board, these are all coming up so far as regrets. Like there's a lot of regret for people. What's this Justice about? There's Libra, there you are. Six of Wands. What's this Knight of Pentacles about? The Knight of Pentacles. Wow. What's this Four of Swords? The Hierophant. What's this Three of Swords? The Emperor. Huh. What's this Seven of Cups? Wait, what's this? The Lovers. That could be Gemini, Virgo. This could be Aries, Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. So is this someone that's just like, I'm going to be just fine without you, and I should have this and I should have that? Or is this someone that... Hold on. What's this Nine of Cups about? All right. I think someone is blaming you for something, Libra. I think this is someone that is like, you know, I'm going to be just fine, and my life is good, and things are as they should be, and... this is pride talking. This is someone that's kind of being stubborn for stubborn's sake, or they've just they're really slow to kind of concede something, or to realize, or to admit, that sort of thing. And they just, I feel like they are wanting to get out from under the weight of something. Kind of like they feel like, okay, you know what, this just kind of got too heavy and too stifling and too controlling. And they really just want to kind of be out and about and free. And it's not that you were controlling. I don't think it's that. I think maybe this has turned into something that they're not ready for, or they don't want just yet. They want connection, but they don't want it to be I think, a committed connection. And this is about you deciding what you want. So is it you that doesn't want the committed connection? Or are they saying they're sorry and they want to work things out? Okay, so it could be that they're the ones that walked away and they're the ones that want a committed connection and they're sorry and they want to be able to tell you that, but they feel like they need to kind of give you your space. Is that what this is? So maybe they were the ones, Libra, that were kind of controlling and very wanting to have things a certain way and control. I mean, control. And they're sad and they're sorry and they realize that that was a bit controlling and it was kind of about ego and them wanting things the way they want things. And are they coming back in and saying they're sorry because they want you back? And this is about you needing to decide and figure out what you want to do. I feel like there should be a word of caution here that you don't get swept up in the romance or the wishful thinking of it, because I think you need to consider this. This is a person's default. It's not that they're bad. It is simply a difference in temperament. This is someone who does tend to be kind of about things. And you might be a bit more free-spirited than that or kind of prefer to take things as they come. And this person likes to lay it all out. The downside of that is it can feel kind of stifling and controlling. So you need to figure out what you want and what's going to make you happy. And I think they're waiting to hear that from you. Like, they're kind of giving you your space, but if they could tell you what they'd want you to know, the message you need to hear is that they want this to be solid and stable and reciprocal. And I think also too, I think in the name of wanting to provide and have everything be just so that you two can continue to stay together, I think that's why they are the way they are. This is someone that kind of likes to manage everything so that they're assured of their comforts, or they're assured that what they've been planning for will be there in X amount of days, months, years, whatever, because they've been so careful and deliberate and methodical about things. They don't take commitment lightly. They don't take much of anything lightly, to be honest. And not that that's not a slam. It's just that they're very careful about their approach to things that matter to them. So this could be in the pursuit of doing that, it kind of got really stifling and really like, you know, and especially this is the type of person too that when they get stressed, they have two reactions. They either completely bear down and just like try to get out in front of something and control it, or they retreat. So it looks like the bearing down didn't work, so now they're in retreat mode, and they're thinking this, I mean, this could be an online situation, but it's almost like they kind of don't know what to do. They don't know if they should leave it where it is, or if they should come back and apologize and say, look, this is how I see things, or this is what I need, blah, 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 blah. I think they kind of are going back and forth between should I or not. And they're, either way, they're kind of standing down right now because I think they feel a little bit ashamed of that it came across that way, or that it turned into that. I think there's some guilt or embarrassment that it kind of got so over, and they didn't want for that. Part of it feels like too is that that's how they show they're a good partner, or that's how they show intent or caring, is that they take care of everything and everything has to be just so, because that's what they're good at, and that's one way to contribute to a relationship. I don't think they intended, honestly, I really don't feel like they intended for it to get wonky. I don't think they intended it to be. I think that's where the embarrassment comes from, and why they have pulled back willingly. Not they were made to go away, or it's not this imbalance. It's kind of like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be over here. But honestly, this is part of, it is in their nature to be like this. So you need to consider that when you're trying to think of how to bridge the gap, if you are, not that you are, but if you're considering a reconciliation, because this is going to circle back around again. If you are considering that, you need to be real clear on how and what you want and how this is going to work, because this will circle back around again. You two are two different temperaments. You are more comfortable thinking on your feet or as situations arise. They are not. And that's something that's going to play out in every part of your relationship, especially when someone gets triggered or like there's stress. Good gracious, look out. There's not a dust ball in the vicinity that won't get clamped down and kind of controlled a minute. So just be aware of that. And your go-to when you get stressed might be to just kind of, okay, back off from everything. Let's just go do something fun, take our minds off this, or let's just go distract ourselves. Let's just get, distracted for a little bit. And they are not like that. So this is about being aware of the differences in temperament and making accommodations, or just knowing how to manage that. All right. Either this is a breakup or it's a decision to break up. So it looks like you're at the crossroads here. And it's about, like, can we as opposites move forward together? It's very Chariot-ish. So this is about you two needing to, it looks like you are kind of in separation, or someone's kind of withdrawn, and it looks like it's about both of you figuring out, well, it's about you figuring out what you want and how you want to go about, like if your ideas for the relationship match. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're open to manage, this is how I think we should handle this, or if this happens, this is what we should do, that sort of thing. But I do think that they pulled back because they're just really like, whoa, they didn't intend for that. And they just, or maybe you're trying to give you your space. But if they could talk to you, it would be basically to say, look, I want what you want. I just go about it differently. And I'm sorry. And I do want to work things out, but I don't, it's almost like they can't help themselves. Like that's just how they approach things. Everything is very methodical and deliberate and very traditional, very conventional, very predictable, very routine, very reliable. It's not that you're not. But they have a much more sort of, I don't know how to describe it. That approach, they approach everything like that. So they're very methodical, almost very serious in certain areas. They could have a great sense of humor, but when it comes to certain things, they're very, Okay, that being said. So, this is about you figuring out if you would be happy in this relationship, if this is something you can live with, if you want to commit to this, realizing how opposite you both are. All right. What else for Libra? I keep wanting to say Taurus. It's probably because I'm looking at this one here, but I kept wanting to say Taurus. Else for Libra. So is that what it is, that you two are at the crossroads deciding, look, are we going to continue this? Are we going to do this? If we are, with this, what we've been doing isn't working because it's feeling really controlling, and it feels like you just kind of want to have the fun and the distraction or the whatever. Is it that you're kind of at the crossroads, or things are in flux and it's like, I don't know how to salvage this. I don't want to break up, but I don't know how to salvage this. It just feels like it's for lack of a better word, congested. Like there's a lot of decisions that need to be hashed out, talked about, decided upon. But it looks like this person is giving you your space right now. Partly because I think they're kind of ashamed of how they behave. Partly because they think it's probably best and prudent to do so. Maybe that's their MO when they get stressed out, is they do retreat, especially emotionally, when things, matters of the heart. But it also is about just being maybe they've had experience with this before, like this is an issue that they're very well aware of and it's happening again, and they're just like, ah, I figured this was going to happen. Okay, I'll just bow out for now, give you some time to think. Sorry, you know, when you're feeling up to it, can we please discuss this? Because we're at the point in our relationship where this is going to come up now. Because this is how I do and that's how you do, and we need to figure this out. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to move forward. All right. What else for Libra? What else for Libra? What else for Libra? Whoa. This is the damnedest thing. Okay, so this is divine timing, and then I got the answer is yes. Interesting, because that's divine timing has come up before also. It's kind of been featured in these readings. The answer is yes. So whatever that means to you, the answer is yes. Maybe you're saying, well, can we work? Can this work if we're opposites? That maybe that was your question or what you were wondering at the time. This is saying the answer is yes. I feel like this is kind of the culmination of what you two are. This is something that you need to figure out, because this is going to be a one and done. This is going to be the last time you're going to deal with it with this person. They're not going to go through this again. So this is about you two finding your way with each other if you want this to work. Is it possible? Yes. But it's going to be one of those things where if it's going to continue, I mean, the reason why this kind of happened the way it happened right now is, according to this, is very, I was going to say beneficial, but it's like it's pivotal. It's meaningful at this point in time, specifically to your present situation. There's synchronicity happening right now. There's, pay attention to your dreams. There's some kind of connection or some kind of coincidence happening. There's some kind of like, you know what, I needed this break anyway because this is coming up, that sort of thing. But this person, you two being in your life and coming to the crossroads about deciding if you can do this is no coincidence. This would suggest that this is not like any other relationship, and we got this soulmate card here if you subscribe to that term. So this person is pretty darn important in your life as you are in theirs. There's a lot more going on behind the scenes than you know about. So if you're wondering if this could work out, I mean, we got, I don't know, we got all these heavy hitters here, and we got the Six of Wands, and the answer is yes. I think the intent is there, but this is going to be about you two figuring out a way to manage the differences in temperament. It's like that, you know, opposites attract, but did they stay together? That decides on the people, doesn't it? Right? So, the potential is here. This person is pretty darn important to you as you are to them. So, just don't count this out yet. And this isn't somebody who's going to run roughshod over you and not care about how you feel. This is somebody that realizes what's going on. They know how they are. And they recognize, look, I'm not going to change. I know how I am. But if we're going to get through this, we need to work together. We need to figure out a way to do this together. But they're giving you your space right now, which is really considerate. But I don't know. How are you? Because I don't see you approaching them. So how are they going to get back in touch with you? Or how are you going to figure this out? Else for Libra. This is interesting. Maybe that'll resolve itself, but it doesn't. Both of you are in your separate corners right now. You're taking the time to think. They're just like, you know what, I gotta walk away from this. This is getting too. I was getting too weird about it. I gotta give it some time. And you're in figure out what makes me happy mode. Figuring out what I want. What else for Libra? So we got shelter, and we got weave or spider. I hope none of you are afraid of spiders. That's kind of a big one. Maybe I'll just put it over here and I'll just tell you. Okay, so we got the spider card. I'll just put it off like this. You can still kind of see it, but you're not getting freaked out. Okay, good. umbrella and spider. So this is about, well, it said weave and this is shelter, but this, taking the time apart to figure out what you want. This is because the weaving to me suggests that this is about the rest of your life with this person. If you haven't considered it, they have. So this is a pretty big deal, and it is involving the rest of your life together. How you handle this tension right here or this situation is going to decide whether you're able to make it or break it as a couple, because this is like a huge hurdle to have to get over. Figuring out how we're going to manage each other's temperaments and what to do when the going gets tough. You handle this, I handle that. You know, can't be too many cooks in the kitchen, that sort of thing. So this is about kind of laying the foundation or deciding to walk away because you just don't know how to bridge the gap. But this says yes, just saying. And right now, the umbrella, I think, would speak to you two in your separate corners, kind of just bowing out, seeking shelter, you know, getting out of the drama so you can think. This is also about moving on from a difficult situation, especially emotionally. So it could be that this person is bowing out to let the dust settle and kind of just wanting to get everybody get their head back together, and then we can meet to discuss this again. I just don't know how, because I don't know who's going to approach who. I don't see either of you reaching out to each other for a while. So we got spider and weave, and we got 10 of Pentacles here. This really is about creating, or how you're going to put together your future, so to speak. How you're going to create and lay the foundation for your future. And here, this says yeah. Okay, all right, all right. Oh, I didn't mean to move that. Okay. What is that? I did this one, I did this one. Yes, all right. Time to do this one. What else for Libra? I keep wanting to say Taurus, just saying. And I think it's because I'm looking at this right here. What else for Libra? That's what it is, isn't it? That's why I don't see them coming, because they're waiting for you. That's what it is. They're waiting for you to tell them, like, all right, you are into this. It's going to have to be you two figuring out how, but you're there. You're not looking for answers. I think they want to know that you're not going to be looking for answers. You just will be open to figuring it out together. I think that's what this is. And they're waiting for you to bridge the distance, because we got them removed. I keep feeling this small sense of kind of shame or chagrin, like they feel kind of sheepish. Okay, what else for Libra? All right, so, okay, when it's like this, I turn it to the right. I always turn it clockwise. So it's like this. 6 of Cups, and then it's like that. So that's on it. It goes like that. That. All right. It wasn't all. Okay. Just so you know, it was like this. So it wasn't all the way like that. Okay. Right. Either way, 6 of Cups, issues from the past. The soulmate card. If you subscribe to that term, this is a, you know, someone that you came up with, someone that you're very familiar with, that you feel a strong connection or affinity for. There's that familiarity of long ago, the longevity and familiarity. Then we got 3 of Pentacles. That's either needing to figure out a way to work together, or it's someone that is taking someone else's contribution for granted, that they're just kind of running roughshod over somebody and not letting them make any decisions because they're really wanting to manage everything. So either way, you're dealing with issues of cooperation and working together with somebody that's very significant and that you have kind of this soulmate connection with, or that's very, you have that longevity and familiarity with. It's about working together. It's about teamwork. It's about having respect and regard for what each of you bring to the table, and how to use that to kind of build a future. And whether you want to or not, whether you both are going to have the same ideas to do that. No, the spider, sorry. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh my God. 25 minutes. Okay. Shutting up. Okay. So Libra, I hope this was helpful. I hope you're going to take the time you need to think about what you want to think about, figure things out. And I honestly, I hope you see at least the potential for this. You might walk away from it. You might be like, oh my gosh, this person's none of your squirrel turds and I'm out of here and whatever. But this is showing potential. Just saying. This is showing that if you two can figure your differences out and actually turn them into, you know, you tackle this, I tackle that, and then we meet in the middle somewhere, there is potential here. There's a lot more going on than both of you realize. All right, okay. I thank you for stopping by, and I hope to see you in the next reading. All right, you take care.